Good morning, boys. So I just finished my gym workout. It was back today. But yeah, either way, I'm going home now. And I was like, might as well just record a video in the car. And I wanted to talk about kind of something that happened a week ago, 2 weeks ago, that I didn't really want to talk about because it didn't feel good talking about it. But then I was thinking about it I was dwelling on it for like a week or two. And I was like, you know what? Maybe someone actually will benefit from this. And even though it might not feel good to say or talk about, it'll definitely help people that are going through a similar position, which I know a lot of people are going through similar positions, or you're going to go through it at some point. So my midterm season was about a month ago. I had 3 main tests during that period. And so one of them came back with a 90%, which I was actually pretty happy about. It was a neuroscience course, so it wasn't the easiest. And then we did a microbiology class, and I got like a 100.8% on that. Obviously, after some like readjustments and bonuses the teacher gave, and so I was really happy with that, right? And the third one, it came back at like a 55%, which I was completely surprised with. Like, I knew I didn't do as good on the test, but not as a 55. And obviously the teacher was like, oh, this is the worst test, like class average ever, whatever. She boosted it, and I got like a 64, 65. I was like, I really just didn't want to talk about it. I eventually told my parents, what blah blah blah. I was like, let me just tell everyone, might as well, because you guys might actually benefit from this. And so why do I think I got that bad mark? It was the easiest class out of all 3. And so the thing is, I studied a lot less than I should have for that test. And I could say, yeah, I had the microbiology test before, and I didn't have that much time, but I still could have studied more. But it was just because I kept hearing people saying, oh, it's such an easy class, like easy 90, easy 95 on this class, like, and I saw the past tests for that course, and it was like, so many of the questions were like bonus questions. It was basically like, one of the questions was like, oh, do you like my teaching or something, or is my teaching beneficial or something like that, where it's like any of the answers would have been marked as correct. So I was like, easy, bro. I need to study for like 2 days, 1 hour each, right? And then I studied maybe a total of 3 hours for the test, right? And so I was not as prepared as I thought. And then on the test, all the questions were like on the minute details that the professor didn't really talk about as much. And I thought it was just going to be like literally just general questions about the things that the professor emphasized a lot. And so after the test, I was like, I really don't have anyone to blame other than me. I can say, oh, this and this, this test was harder than everything else, but end of the day, I didn't prepare for it, and I guess the whole class didn't prepare for it. And so even though you guys might have, failed the test or done really bad on the test, maybe not because you just underestimated it, but maybe just because it was hard, right? But I feel like this is such a valuable lesson for me in the future, because I'm definitely going to take more precaution when it comes to, I guess, taking some tests lightly, right? Because it's not high school anymore. Because you're just conditioned from high school where it's like, oh, this class is easy, it's an option. I don't need this grade to apply for it. I don't need this course to apply for my university application. So you just tank it, don't care about it, and there's no consequences. Some classes you just need to pass to graduate. This time, there were some consequences. And so I'm definitely going to take more precaution when it comes to the final exam and actually give it the attention and the studying time that it deserves. But it was just kind of a reminder, because when I thought about it, I was like, even if it was easy, isn't that a good reason to study even more? Just so I can like guarantee that I'm going to get a 90 plus, a 95 plus on the test, right? Because if I can get that good grades in the other classes when they're harder or supposedly harder, then I can do the same thing with the easier class and then kind of guarantee that I got a good grade. And that way, if my average is really high, then my stress for the final exam will be a lot less. And that way I can spend more time on the harder classes. At the same time, if I studied really hard for the test, right, and I got a bad mark, I would have had less regret. I would have just been like, did my best and got an average grade, maybe about less than average grade. It is what it is, and we move on, keep studying, right? By that scenario, you don't have guilt. You know that you couldn't have done that much better. And then from that experience, you can only really like tweak some things about maybe how you study, like exactly how you study, how much, like your percentage of reading notes versus studying on past exams, or learning exactly where to get the best past exams so you can prepare yourself the best. Or I don't know, maybe meeting new people in that class that studied really well and got good grades on the exams. But what I'm trying to say in the scenario, like for me, when I just didn't study enough, I didn't really learn exactly how I can tweak my studying to make it better next time. I just know that I need to study more. But if I studied to my potential, right, or close to my potential, then I would have known, so I studied like this, but it wasn't like, it didn't really benefit me there and there and there. How can I exactly tweak this for the final when it comes? Because each course has different like types of tests. Each professor gives a different type of test. And it's like they focus on different things, maybe more on the textbook, maybe more on the lectures, maybe more on minute details, maybe more on a specific type of question like a word problem or fill in the blanks. Or maybe some courses you can easily get past exams online. Some exams you just can't, you just have to do flashcards. That's what I'm trying to say. But since I didn't really apply any studying or much studying, like it's like I have more work to do to tweak my studying when it comes to the final exam. And so even if a test is easy or you think it's easy, just do your best, like just so that you can guarantee that you won't feel any guilt. If you're usually like a average student when it comes to your classes, you're always at the class average when it comes to exams. And for this test, everyone's predicting that's going to be easy. So then as a collective, you're predicting that, like as a collective, the class will study less than usual. But if you keep the same study rituals and work ethic as if when the test is not predicted to be easy, so you're going to kind of guarantee that you're going to get a bit higher at least than the class average. You see what I'm trying to say? And so let's say in the scenario where everyone thought that was easy, right? And then you study just as hard as if when no one thought it was easy. And then as a result, if the test actually is harder than people thought, the class average will be tanked. And usually some professors, like mine, they boosted some marks and they boosted the class average. And that means your mark will be boosted to the class average plus that few percentages, or even like a 10%, 15% above the class average since you studied harder than them. See what I'm trying to say? And so this way you kind of guarantee that you're getting better grades than everyone else. And so I will definitely keep that in mind when like a similar scenario pops up. It is what it is. If you do bad on a test, if you basically fail a test like I just basically did, even though the class average was 50, right? Then you can't do anything about the mark. What you can do is like what I'm trying to do right now as well, just like reach out to your teaching assistant, to your professor, trying to win some points back. Other than that, you can't do anything other than just tweaking how you study next time. And so next time for sure I will study harder. I'll try to at least. But yeah, definitely a lesson that I thought would benefit you guys, even though it doesn't feel good announcing to the world that I failed the test. But yeah, let me know if you guys like this style of video. I mean, it's low-key easier for me because I could do it when I'm driving. And I like it. It's kind of chill. And more personal, hopefully. But yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Hope you learned something from this video. Take care, lads. Keep studying, keep working, chase your goals. Take care.